Well, welcome back to Decider. Today we're diving into a crucial topic that demands our attention: the challenges faced by Christians in different parts of the world. As we step into 2025, it's important to shed light on the countries where being a Christian can result in persecution, discrimination, and even danger. So grab a seat as we explore 10 countries where Christians face the greatest hardships in 2025, examining the demographics and the harsh realities believers endure in these regions. 1. North Korea. First on our list is North Korea, a nation notorious for its extreme oppression. With a population of approximately 25 million, it remains one of the most secretive and tightly controlled countries in the world. The government perceives Christianity as a direct threat to its absolute power, leading to relentless persecution. Estimates suggest that only around 300,000 Christians, less than 1% of the population, practice their faith, often in secrecy. For those caught worshiping, the consequences are severe: imprisonment, torture, or even execution. The regime systematically crushes any form of religious expression, forcing believers to gather in hidden underground churches, constantly living in fear for their lives. 2. Afghanistan. With a population of approximately 40 million, Afghanistan has become even more dangerous for Christians following the Taliban's return to power. Estimates suggest that between 10,000 to 12,000 Christians live in the country, but their existence is fraught with risk. Converting from Islam to Christianity is considered treasonous, often carrying a death sentence. In such a hostile environment, public worship is impossible. Those who identify as Christians must live in constant secrecy, carefully hiding their faith to avoid persecution or even execution. 3. Somalia. Heading to the Horn of Africa, we find Somalia, a nation where Christians face extreme hostility. With a population of about 17 million, the country is heavily influenced by the militant group Al-Shabaab, which enforces a strict interpretation of Islamic law. Christianity is nearly non-existent in Somalia, with estimates suggesting only a few hundred Christians, making up less than 0.01% of the population. Al-Shabaab considers conversion to Christianity an act of betrayal, often leading to violence, persecution, and even death for those who choose to follow their faith. As a result, Christians in Somalia worship in secrecy, forced to practice their faith underground while constantly living in fear of being discovered. 4. Iran. Iran is another country where Christians face severe restrictions on religious freedom. With a population of approximately 85 million, the Christian community is estimated to be around 800,000, though the exact number remains uncertain due to government crackdowns. The Islamic Republic enforces strict laws against proselytizing and even attending church services. Converts from Islam to Christianity face harassment, imprisonment, and, in extreme cases, execution. As a result, many Christians in Iran worship in secret, knowing that even a small misstep could have dire consequences. 5. Yemen, a nation torn apart by conflict and instability, remains a dangerous place for Christians. With a population of approximately 30 million, the Christian community is a tiny minority, estimated to be between 5,000 to 10,000. Christians in Yemen face persecution from both the government and militant groups, with the ongoing civil war worsening their plight. Religious minorities suffer immensely, often forced to worship in secrecy to avoid imprisonment or violence. Many Christians live in constant fear, knowing that even the slightest exposure of their faith could lead to severe consequences. 6. Eritrea. Often called the North Korea of Africa, Eritrea is notorious for its harsh restrictions on religious freedom. With a population of about 3.5 million, the government tightly controls religious practices, detaining and imprisoning Christians who refuse to conform to state-sanctioned churches. Despite an estimated 1.5 million Christians, making up around 45% of the population, many believers face severe persecution. Those caught worshiping outside government-approved churches risk imprisonment in brutal conditions, where torture is not uncommon. The atmosphere of fear stifles any form of open worship, forcing many to keep their faith hidden to avoid persecution. 7. Pakistan. With a population of over 240 million, Pakistan is home to a Christian community of approximately 4 million, making up about 1.6% of the population. Christians in Pakistan often face severe discrimination and persecution, particularly under the country's blasphemy laws, which have frequently been used to target religious minorities. False accusations can lead to mob violence, imprisonment, or even death. While churches do exist, Christians live in constant fear. Many belong to lower socioeconomic classes, making them especially vulnerable to oppression and exploitation. Saudi Arabia. In Saudi Arabia, a country with a population of about 34 million, being a Christian can come with severe repercussions. Governed by a strict interpretation of Islamic law, the nation prohibits non-Muslim religious practices, making open worship nearly impossible. Although there are an estimated 1.5 million Christians in Saudi Arabia, most are foreign workers who cannot practice their faith publicly. Those caught worshiping openly risk arrest, and converting to Christianity is considered a crime. As a result, many Christians worship in secret, gathering discreetly to avoid persecution in a country where religious freedom remains tightly restricted. 9. Nigeria. While Nigeria has a large Christian population, it remains one of the most dangerous places for Christians, particularly in the northern regions. With a population of about 223 million, approximately 49% of Nigerians identify as Christian, primarily in the southern part of the country. However, extremist groups like Boko Haram and militant Fulani herdsmen frequently target Christians, leading to kidnappings, killings, and mass displacement. For many Christians in Nigeria, violence is a daily threat, making even routine activities fraught with danger as they struggle to practice their faith in an increasingly hostile environment. 10. China. With a population of around 1.4 billion, China is home to an estimated 60 to 100 million Christians. However, exact figures are difficult to verify due to government censorships and strict regulations on religious practices. The Chinese government maintains tight control over religion, allowing only state-sanctioned churches that must adhere to Communist Party doctrine. Unregistered underground churches face frequent raids, and many Christians endure harassment, imprisonment, or constant surveillance. As crackdowns on religious freedom intensify, practicing Christianity in China is becoming increasingly dangerous, forcing many believers to worship in secrecy.